Hello and welcome back to Halftime on the Hudson. I am Robert DeFelice, and joining me today is
Nick Furciato.
Today we will be taking a look at our two lacrosse teams. It's really a tale of two different stories here. One team has had an incredible season and is preparing for a championship run. The other, not the same fortune, but still has a lot to be happy about as they closed out this past season.
The men's lacrosse team has just completed their regular season, finishing at 7-7. But in conference play, they've been incredible with a 5-1 record. Senior Jojo Pareka has been leading the Red Foxes, scoring 29 goals this season in what seems to be a struggling Marist offense. The Red Foxes have been outscored 173 to 137 by their opponents this season.
The Red Foxes are able to clutch up when it's crunch time, though. They capped off their regular season with an overtime victory over Monmouth on April 30th. This victory made the Red Foxes co-regular season champions, having the best regular season conference record. Let's take a look at some of the big moments from that game.
Welcome to a MAC conference rivalry between the Marist Red Foxes versus the Monmouth Hawks. Marist also honored their 12 seniors tonight during senior night. We will pick up the highlights here with 6 minutes remaining in the game. Monmouth is up a man. Senior Devin Viper is controlling play from behind Marist net. He passes it up to Connor Mercy, who scores a beautiful goal, putting Monmouth up 2 goals with 6 minutes remaining. Marist would score one more to bring the score within 1 with 90 seconds left. Senior Jojo Pareka runs around the defense, scoring his 4th goal of the game to tie it up late in 4th. This would bring us to overtime. Senior Jason Immermasoli gets the ball behind Monmouth's net, puts a nice spin move on this defender, runs around to the front of the net, and scores this beautiful over-the-back goal to give Marist the win.
We were able to catch up with the Embry brothers after the game to get some of their thoughts on the win, the upcoming playoffs, and their overall feelings about the season thus far.
So joining me now is Hunter, Will, and Jameson Embry, 3 brothers who all play on the lacrosse team together. Jameson and Hunter are seniors, Will is a freshman. So first and foremost, congrats on a great season. Big game today. You know, how are we feeling going into the game today?
I guess I'll take this one. So Manhattan's a really solid team. They've been playing really well this year. We played them recently when we went to Manhattan, and it was a 1-goal game. So feeling tonight pretty confident, but they're definitely going to give us a good challenge. And they're definitely a well-coached team. So definitely really want to try our best to win tonight, but it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. And I mean, all 3 of you played exceptionally well this season. You know, kind of speak to what went into the team's success this season. What's been clicking for you guys and the team as a whole?
Yeah, a lot of it is just being unselfish and trusting each other. At the end of the day, scoring goals doesn't come down to individual play. It comes down to how you guys play as a team. And the best part about right now is that we're peaking at the right time. So, you know, we're playing really well. We're trusting each other. We're building confidence, and as a result, like, wins have been coming. So hopefully we bring that into tonight. Home field advantage is a huge factor, so we're very proud that we're able to host the MAC championship. Hope to have a lot of people in attendance, and we feel really good about it.
Awesome. Now, this is the first year that all 3 of you have gotten to play together in college. Did you play together in high school, all 3 of you?
No, actually, not on the same team. We would practice together, but we weren't on the same team.
So college, first time getting to play together. Obviously, Jameson and Hunter, you guys have played together for a little while, but all 3 of you, what has it been like? What does it mean to you guys to be able to share the field together?
Honestly, it's very special. I know that was one of my biggest things coming to Marist, was being able to play with my 2 brothers, like, on the same team. All the hours in the backyard, and now finally being on the same team together, it's definitely rewarding and special. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that Marist is kind of like a hometown feel with a lot of Yorktown guys. We have a lot of people from our hometown that go here, and a lot of people on the team, and then to have the 3 of us together just makes it that much more special, and it makes it really awesome for my mom and grandma to come up to the games and only have to worry about us at one place. So it's really cool.
Yeah, just to add on to that, I mean, they pretty much hit everything on the head, but it's really a dream come true when you think about all the hours that we've been playing together and going to camps and hanging out in the backyard and messing around, and the fact that we can do it all together, or continue that through college and on the same Division I team is really awesome and certainly a dream come true.
Yeah, I feel like family is the biggest part for us. Like being in the backyard and having my mom, grandma, and sister out there watching us every day, and now they can drive 45 minutes up north to watch us all the time. It's very special.
The Red Foxes took on the Manhattan Jaspers at home on May 5th in the MAC semifinal, and the winner went on to play the winner of the other semifinal between St. Bonaventure and Siena in the final on May 7th. The Jaspers came into this game as the number 3 seed, just behind the Red Foxes at number 2. During their first meeting during the regular season, the Red Foxes narrowly escaped with the victory at 13-12. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that MAC semifinal.
Welcome to the 2022 MAC semifinals between number 3 Manhattan Jaspers versus number 2 Marist Red Foxes. We'll pick it up in the third quarter. Marist doing some nice passing to keep possession. Pass to Kellen Pochera, who scores his third goal of the game. Marist leading goal scorer gives them a 2-goal lead heading into the fourth. The Jaspers would tie it up with 10 minutes left in the game. Marist is up a man. They shoot it off the post. It comes bouncing all the way to the Jaspers side. The Marist defender misses it. Tyler Reardon has a breakaway. He shoots and scores, putting the Jaspers up 1 with 10 minutes left. With 6 minutes left, sophomore Joshua Brockerselli decides to take matters into his own hands, working this defender behind the net, getting to the front, scoring this amazing diving goal, tying the game up, sending it to overtime. This brings us to overtime. Off this scramble, no one can find the ball. Kyle Guagoka finds it, and on the breakaway scores, sending the Jaspers to their second straight championship game.
Moving over to the women's lacrosse team that finished off a disappointing season, they finished 3-13 overall, winning just one conference game, despite being ranked 4th in the preseason poll. They finished the season on a high note, however, taking down their MAC rival, Iona, on the road on April 23rd. Now we're going to cut to the Iona highlights.
Marist Red Foxes versus Iona, MAC women's lacrosse. Marist has had a disappointing year, but tonight, their last game of the season, they have a chance to spoil Iona's hopes of going to the MAC tournament. We will pick this game up in the third quarter. Senior Kelly Popovin wins a free possession. On the breakaway, scores her third goal of the game, hat trick on senior night for senior Katie Popovin to tie the game up. Marist star forward Kelly Trotta would respond with a hat trick of her own, scoring this goal, giving Marist the lead 11-10 late in the third quarter. After this, it was all Marist, as here Kelly Trotta scores her 4th goal of the game late in the 4th to give Marist the 4-goal lead. As the final seconds run off the clock, Marist has played spoiler, beating Iona 15-12.
Following the conclusion of the season, I had the pleasure to sit down with junior attack Carrie Gutenberger to get her thoughts on the season as a whole.
Joining me now is Carrie Gutenberger, a junior attack member of the women's lacrosse team. Carrie, thank you for doing this interview with me today. Now, season obviously didn't go as the team had hoped it would, but there was some upside, especially for you individually as a player. You were the team's leading scorer, so kind of just give me your overall thoughts of how the season went, what worked as a team, what didn't work, what's going on.
So I think this year was more of a growing year for our team. We did graduate, I think, 8 or 9 leaders, big seniors, big point players. So finding our way without them was definitely challenging. We do have a lot of talent in our underclass, and it was just a matter of feeling comfortable with that and everyone growing and being confident in themselves. So I think finishing out with the win against Iona was definitely big for how much we came along throughout the season.
Definitely. Now, did you transition into some form of leadership role, being that so many seniors were gone, or were you still kind of laid back because you're only a junior?
Yeah, I definitely think so. We only had 2 returning players who have seen a significant amount of playing time, myself being one of them, so it was kind of imperative that I stepped up as a leader this year just because of game experience. As others gained more game experience, it became easier. Like Kelly Trotta, we kind of all went from being essentially freshmen, since we got 2 cancellation seasons, to being leaders and upperclassmen, so definitely.
Well, that's about all the time we have here today. Thank you for joining us here on Halftime on the Hudson. I'm your host, Robert DeFelice.
I'm Nick Furciato.